Was Donald Trump right? Should we have closed the borders? Shit's getting crazy in New York. Armed migrant gang infiltrates New York City. Woo! Let's watch, baby.
People have gathered in an anti-Trump kind of sentiment. Our Sarah Ganem is there.
He was arrested back in November for allegedly stabbing his father.
Make no mistake, it is this city's sanctuary policies that are the sole reason this criminal was allowed to roam the streets freely.
And have these small number of migrants and asylum seekers that have identified that they're going to be dangerous, hide under the law.
Gangs made up of undocumented immigrants.
Yeah, see, like the problem with these guys, like the Venezuelans, they came seeking political asylum because Venezuela is a communist country, and they're starving over there. There's the value of their dollar is worthless, right? So there's a lot of like immigration, or a lot of people migrating from over there, escaping, más bien. They're escaping Venezuela and coming to the United States. First, they were coming to like Central America, and then they crossed into Mexico, and then even the Mexican president was like, "Sure, stay, but you gotta work." And they're like, "No, we're going to America. We don't gotta work. Peace out." And they were right. They don't have to work. Once they came here to the United States seeking political asylum, they were giving shelter and an EBT card. And when the shelters were packed, they were like, well, we got to put them in somewhere, right? And they put them in hotel rooms. And then when all that shit went to shit, or not went to shit, but when they made space for the shelters, and they were like, all right, guys, you got to get out of these hotel rooms and put in the shelters. They're like, hey, ¿qué pasó, papi? ¿Qué pasó? Yo no soy de aquí. Yo no soy de aquí. Yo soy para vivir el sueño americano, no para estar ahí como un perro. You know? And they're like challenged with that shit. And they're kind of ruining it for all the fucking immigrants coming in to the United States, right? Like, best believe there's going to be some immigrational reform after this. If not, all right, cool. Dodge the bullet. But I'm pretty sure there's going to be some immigrational reform after this.
Immigrants are reportedly increasing in numbers in New York City. Law enforcement officials have expressed concern about the growing presence of these groups and the potential for violence and crime. While the motivations and activities of these gangs remain largely unknown, the possibility of their involvement in organized crime is causing alarm.
He's focused on crime and public safety and the city's ability to collaborate with ICE to address those issues. But speaking with the city council,
New York Mayor Eric Adams is prepared to overturn long-standing sanctuary city policies that have prohibited local law enforcement from working with federal immigration authorities. New York City's laws are designed to protect undocumented immigrants from being detained or deported by federal agencies. They limit how local agencies can participate in these efforts to promote together and promote.
That's ridiculous. See, that's the thing. That's the problem, right? You created the problem. Mexicans, when they come to the United States, they're scared to travel. They're scared to get pulled over because they're gonna get deported. That can't even happen in New York. That's crazy, yo.
The mayor announced that New York City law enforcement would collaborate with federal immigration authorities to remove migrants believed to have committed crimes or who have not yet completed the due process.
Good.
But the move to overturn sanctuary laws came to a halt. The problem in the city keeps getting worse.
That's
as
fucking.
New York City runs
That's fucking. It came to a halt. Fucking
out of
wild.
room to house the incoming migrants, thereby
Why?
resulting in the building of temporary housing. But his idea was not fully received because the location of the temporary housing is at a bad location. Some migrants finally decided to take advantage of the system and exploit it.
We turn our attention now to the dozens of migrants found living in the basement of a furniture store in Queens.
The store owner told us he allowed 74 men to live in the basement because he wanted to help them.
74 men.
Inspectors were called to a two-story
How much was he
commercial
charging
building
the
in
men?
Bronx to look into an illegal conversion. Upon arrival, they
200
discovered
bucks?
that the
200
store
bucks
had
a
been
month ain't
converted
bad.
into sleeping quarters, with 45 beds crammed into the first floor and cellar in violation of regulations. Sar, the owner of the stores, was emotional as he expressed his desire to assist other Africans who were seeking help after their 30-day shelter stay ended, because the city had not provided further assistance. He charges over 70 men $300 each month to stay in his crowded makeshift shelter located on the first floor and basement of a furniture store in South.
Hold on. Hold on, Google. Hold on. I mean, 73. That's 20. That fool was making 20 grand off these fucking guys.
Richmond Hill.
Hey, the city wasn't helping these black African men, so I had to. You're making 20 racks, bro. What the? What are they eating? Oh, they're eating, right?
Was put in place to limit shelter stay by immigrants.
And that's how they're eating. And that's how, bro, nah, homie, no, bro. Chales with those tamales. I would have had a taco truck outside every night. Every night a taco truck already paid for, right? Come on, homie. That's horrible. That is fucking horrible, bro.
After the 30-day shelter policy, you are on your own, and the government doesn't care about what happens to you.
So I had to do it on my own accord, and I helped these men. I mean, this is fucked up, right? The way they're living right here, barrack style. And I guarantee you, these are bunk beds, right? So there's another bed on top. I mean, don't get me wrong, that's way better than the shelters, right? Especially because it's like I don't know, a community culture, right? Like maybe they're all working together and they all go get jobs, and you know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe it's a little like, if you're a drug addict, get the fuck out of here, right? Like maybe it's a little better than the shelters, but fuck, that is wild, bro. $20K a month. And I'm just doing my part.
You are expected to reapply for shelter, and it takes up to 150 days to process. This leaves one stranded with no way to go and no job. Guess what happens next? Some of them turn to crime.
But was still held due to an arrest warrant in Queens. Police are still looking for the ringleader, 30-year-old Victor Parra from Venezuela. Investigators say Parra would send out messages via WhatsApp, telling the group what to steal.
Victor Parra, a 30-year-old man who arrived in New York
on that third world application,
the ringleader of a group of thieves who used mopeds to steal phones and wallets. Parra sends out messages on WhatsApp.
Hey, yo, we need to sue Facebook for this shit, though.
To recruit his accomplices, specifying the phone models he needs, and his major targets are new immigrant arrivals. The criminals target women who are walking alone, approaching them from behind to quickly steal their phones or handbags before running away. A scooter thief can make $100, while a phone snatcher...
Oh, I remember a few months ago, or like last year, people would be like, these guys scooter peoples, and a lot of people were like, let them use their scooters. What's wrong with people using their scooters? They're thieves. And of course they're getting away in scooters, so you just can't... Homie, these immigrants are fucking it up for everyone. Donald Trump was right. When they come over here, they don't send their best. Oh my God.
$300 to $600.
Well, they're gonna learn about American police.
Taken to Parra's apartment, where
but in New York, right, where literally defund the police is a thing over there. I guess that's why the Venezuelans are going, because you don't hear about the Venezuelan problem in California. Right, but you do hear about it in New York. All right. California cops will still gonna fucking shoot you, bro.
Tech expert hacks into them to access the victim's financial and banking apps. These apps are then used to make fraudulent purchases in the United States and Central America. The stolen phones are then sent to Colombia to be wiped. During a search of Parra's home, authorities discovered 22 stolen phones and identification belonging to the victims. 5 individuals have been arrested by investigators. It becomes more scary at it.
Yo, but like, how's it gonna be in prison? How are they gonna be in jail? Like, are they gonna get DP'd by like Mexican gangs or other like you're fucking it up for us, carnal? What the fuck, homie? La estás cagando, cabrón. No mames, güey. Hijos de su puta perra madre, regrésenlos. Depórtalos ahorita. You know what?
It's believed that the people involved in these crimes belong to a very deadly Venezuelan gang called Tren de Aragua. Tren de Aragua gang is involved in a range of criminal activities such as extortion, kidnapping, robbery, contract killings, drug and human trafficking, and smuggling.
As the New York Police Department has released body camera footage of the attack on 2 officers by a group of migrants in Times Square.
On the evening of January 27th, around 8:30 p.m., a surveillance camera captured a group of men and 2 police officers having what appeared to be a routine and peaceful interaction. However, things took a turn for the worse when the officers tried to apprehend one of the men. Suddenly, the encounter became violent, starting with a forceful kick to one of the officers' heads. Out of nowhere, the situation escalated rapidly. The group of men began attacking the officers, who were already on the ground, repeatedly punching and kicking them. Thankfully, the officers sustained only minor injuries and received immediate medical attention at the scene. 2 days later, authorities managed to apprehend 5 out of the 7 suspects.
¡Darwin! ¡Darwin Gómez Izquiel! Goddamn Darwin! Ese motherfucking Darwin!
Incident, and they were released without bail.
Stoking.
You know, like, New York's always had crime, right? Always has had crime. But when the police came up on these gangsters, the gangsters are like, oh, hands up. And they take their L's, bro. These motherfucking Venezuelans, they don't take their L's. They're used to cops fucking being like, all right, or taking them bribes or whatever. They're going to find out soon about fucking American police. Like, you don't bribe them. I mean, you do, but you got to bribe them for millions, right? Or a lot of money, right? I mean, at least what I see on Power and whatnot, you know. But like this third world crime shit, like it could like influence these gangsters or these criminals already in the area, and then cause look, Mexican gangs, at least California wise, they were clean cut, they looked good, zoot suiters, pachucos, you know what I'm saying? Like they dressed like gentlemen, they looked good. And then the Marra Salvatrucha came, and they were crazy, vato. They had tattoos on their face, and they were killing motherfuckers for no reason, right? And in prison, if I'm fucking loco, Holmes, you know what I'm saying? Oh, look at my fucking tattoos. Oh, I'm the real Joker. I look like a fucking Joker. You don't look like a Joker. And now fucking everyone's got their face tats. You know what I'm saying? Like that, I think that was an influence by this third world culture, gang culture, right? It's like, I gotta be down like Joaquin, cause Joaquin fucking down, man. That fucker's crazy, bro. Yeah, you heard that fucker Darwin? Darwin fucking kicked the cop right in the fucking face, fool. So yeah, that's just fucking crazy, bro. Yeah, and gang culture. You know what I'm saying? Gangsters don't make the best decisions, you know? It's like, oh, you think that was bad? Let me show you worse.
Here illegally were released without bail.
How then will New York be safe? Henry Brito, who is known as the instigator of the fight.
Bail? Hold on. These motherfuckers are getting the fucking royal carpet treatment.
Outrage.
Scene. 2 days later, authorities managed to apprehend 5 out of the 7 suspects involved in the incident, and they were released without bail.
Stoking the outrage, 5 of them, all migrants here illegally, were released without bail.
How then will New York be safe?
Gold
Henry
carpet
Brito,
treatment.
Known as the instigator of the fight, was granted bail of $50,000, which a priest paid off. They are all rumored to be part of the Tren de Aragua gang.
It's mind-boggling
priest
that
paid off.
anyone would want to try to release this dangerous individual. He was arrested multiple times.
How can a migrant with no steady source of income and living in a shelter afford such an amount of money? This is where it gets worse. Andres Gomez Izquiel, who was taken into custody as one of the...
I thought that was Darwin! Homie. What the fuck?
Involved in the attack on 2 police officers, was arrested again. He faced charges of second-degree assault on a police officer and obstructing governmental administration, which was captured on camera and was released without bail. It's not up to a month after being taken into custody. Andres Gomez Izquiel found himself in trouble once more when he was apprehended for reportedly shoplifting and assaulting a loss prevention worker at Macy's in Queens. He was involved in a theft with others, taking clothing valued at $600 from the store, and he even physically attacked the employee who attempted to intervene. The employee sustained minor injuries as a result of the altercation. Gomez Izquiel now faces charges of robbery and petty larceny. Jesus Alejandro Rivas Figueroa, a 15-year-old boy, was apprehended for shoplifting at a sporting store in Times Square. Alongside 2 other suspects, he was caught by a vigilant loss prevention officer. The officer requested a receipt from the boys after noticing them holding a bag filled with clothes and sneakers. When they couldn't provide one, he took back the stolen bag and attempted to question them further. Unexpectedly, Rivas Figueroa, the teenager dressed in all white, pulled out a .45 caliber handgun and fired shots at the officer and the surrounding crowd.
What?
Fortunately, the officer narrowly escaped being hit. But unfortunately, a 37-year-old Brazilian tourist waiting in line to purchase sneakers was struck in the knee and sustained injuries. The incident caused panic and chaos as people...
Yo, imagine you're a Brazilian tourist. You get your visa. You're doing everything right. You get your visa. You go to New York. You're gonna buy some fucking kicks at the mall in New York. And you get shot in the knee by a fucking illegal Venezuelan immigrant. What the fuck, man? What the actual fuck? That's crazy.
Within the store began running and hiding.
The security guard confronted them, prompting this. Watch as the teen in white walks away, then suddenly turns around, points a .45 caliber gun, and fires around.
At 47th Street and 7th Avenue, NYPD patrol officers spotted two of the teenagers who had fled from...
15 years old. Venezuelan immigrant shooting at officers. Get this fucker out of here. Straight up.
Sporting shop. At that moment, one of the individuals was apprehended by the officers. Figueroa, on the other hand, managed to escape the police at 6th Avenue. However, before getting away, he dangerously fired shots at the pursuing officer. This was a highly risky situation as the area was densely populated, and any of those bullets could have tragically harmed an innocent civilian. Due to the presence of numerous people, the police officer refrained from firing back at the 15-year-old, despite having drawn his gun.
As the suspect goes through the cut between the buildings, he's running, he takes his gun out under his armpit. He fires again at our officer.
He sought refuge in a subway station before heading back to his residence, where he and his mother started gathering their things to escape the city.
Take that bitch too. She's raising a demon. My bad. Diablo, big homie, Diablo.
He was apprehended while hiding in a closet at a residence in Yonkers, New York, within a day.
And he's gay. There you go.
Police were determined to spare no expense in apprehending him, as a citywide manhunt was launched following his escape at the subway.
They're gonna find out about American police. American police, they find you. If they really want you, bro, they gonna find you, bro.
Station to encourage people to come forward with information about his whereabouts. A reward of $1,000 was offered. Rivas Figueroa.
Bro, I bet the Venezuelans put him up, what, $3,000, $13,000, bro? Sorry, coño, coño, es $3,000, coño. Perdón, Rivas, pero la cagaste, mijo, no le debías de pagar por ahí, amigo, no, ¿qué te pasa, está pendejo, qué, mijo? $13,000.
Arrived in New York City in September of last year, and his most recent known
no honor
location
amongst
was
thieves,
the
I'll tell you that
Hotel
much.
on West 70th Street, where he stayed with his mother. How is it possible that a guy without no housing and no job has a gun? Unfortunately, this is not Rivas Figueroa's first offense in the Big Apple. He is suspected of being involved in an armed robbery in the Bronx on January 27th, as well as an incident on January 25th, where
New York's infested with crime. But this third world crime shit, it's going to become a trend. You know what I mean? Oh, these guys are actually fucking pulling licks. This and that. You know what I mean? It's going to soar again. Crime is going to soar. Defund the police? Pfft, good luck, New York.
Shots were fired in a park on 45th Street. The NYPD characterized Rivas Figueroa as a dangerous individual, armed with intent to harm not only civilians, but also police officers. And such reckless and life-threatening behavior was not going to be tolerated. Figueroa was charged as an adult, even though he is only 15, and is also rumored to be part.
Hey, we don't know how old you really are here, bro. So we're gonna assume you're 18, homie, because Venezuelan years don't match up to American years, bro.
Of the trendy Iraq.
You're 18 in America, bro. If you're fucking 12 in Venezuela, you're 18 in America, bro. I don't give a fuck how old you are.
A gang.
And arrested for a student's murder on UGA's campus. I'm Blair Miller.
And I'm Sean Gables. Right now, we are waiting for Jose Ibarra's mugshot as well as his first court appearance. Cops say he did not know the victim.
The illegal migrant apprehended for the murder of a Georgia nursing student entered Texas from the border on September 8, 2022, and was transferred to a processing center. However, he was promptly released without being placed on a bus to New York City, where he was subsequently apprehended and released once more. 26-year-old Ibarra was juggling jobs at DoorDash, Uber Eats, and a nearby restaurant when he got arrested in August. The reason? Endangering a child's welfare. He was caught in Queens riding a gas-powered moped with Franco's son on the back, without any safety gear for the child. Diego crossed the U.S. border illegally via...
Yo, is this the third world motives? You know what I'm saying, bro? Yo. Gangster rap made me do it, but this time it's the third world made me do it. Ain't nothing to it. The third world made me do it.
Eagle Pass, Texas, in April 2023. Although he was initially arrested, he was eventually put on patrol duty. Pictures taken during his arrest revealed tattoos on his neck linked to a notorious Tren de Aragua gang. Additional photos depicted him posing with firearms. Lakin Riley, a University of Georgia, tragically lost on Thursday when her body was discovered in a wooded area of the UGA campus. The suspect, Ibarra, was taken into custody the following day and is facing multiple charges, including malice and aggravated battery, kidnapping, and concealing the death of another. His brother was also arrested for possessing a fake green card. Both are rumored to be a part of the Tren de Aragua gang. In 2023, more than 334,000 Venezuelans crossed the U.S.-Mexico border, making them the second largest group after Mexicans. Unfortunately, some gangsters have taken advantage of this migration wave by hiding among legitimate asylum seekers. Border Patrol has detained at least 41 members of the Tren de Aragua gang who were attempting to cross the border between October 2022 and September 2023. The gang members in Texas have become so bold that they are now demanding payment from other Venezuelans to use the bathrooms at the border. Moreover, there are worries that El Tren de Aragua is actively seeking recruits in the shelters of the city. Currently, during escalating violence in the United States, a special agent in charge of the El Paso division in Texas by the name of Morales cautions that MS-13 and other perilous gangs may come together in a temporary alliance.
They are infiltrating cities in the United States and maybe forming alliances with gangs that are already established here.
Morales elaborated that despite the usual separation between...
Little homie, show me you're down, bro. Let me see a face tat right here, okay? And if you put on that face tat, I'm going to tell the other guys on the MS-13 that you're down, fool, all right? So just put one little face tat right here, or right here. Doesn't matter, as long as it's a face tat. And we could be homies, okay?
Gangs. The increasing strength of the Tren de Aragua is a cause for concern. She said, currently we are collaborating with our local law enforcement allies and exchanging information to prevent the expansion of the Tren de Aragua. According to Immigration and Customs Enforcement, IC, individuals belonging to these two criminal organizations have been identified in various cities across the United States, including Baltimore, Philadelphia, Minneapolis, and Chicago.
Sheesh. So yeah, man, they're here. They're here. Yeah, I honestly feel like this whole political asylum Venezuelans things, they really ruining the immigrational situation here in the United States. Because of that, I don't know if you guys knew this, but because of that, Canada actually shut down their borders, and they said if you don't have an American or Canadian passport, you can't come here, right? So all the illegal immigrants that would be over there on visas or whatnot that would have their whole fucking life in Canada, and then they took a little visit to Mexico or any other country, whatever, on a visa, right? They're shit out of luck because they can't come back. Because they need an American passport, not just a visa, but an American passport to come back, or Canadian passport. That's crazy. That's crazy. All right, fuck. I don't know what else to do. Should we look into that a little bit real quick? We should look into that. Canada shuts down borders.
blew up on the Rainbow Bridge. We're still talking to the authorities about it, and the Americans, our border service officers, the RCMP, and so on. I was contacted by the Minister of Public Safety. We're trying to gather all the information. We're providing support. We're talking to the Americans. I can confirm that the border has been closed down at the Queenstown, Peace, Rainbow, and another bridge. Additional security measures are being brought to all border crossings all across the country. It's a very serious situation, but we will remain engaged for the entire day.
Honorable Leader of the Opposition.
Mr. Speaker, we've just heard media reports of a terrorist attack and explosion at the Niagara crossing of the Canada-U.S. border. At least two people are dead, one is injured. It is the principal responsibility of government.
Hold on.
You might be familiar with these images from the southern U.S. border, immigrants en masse crossing without documents.
This is what we're used to here in America, right?
But did you know that this was also happening at the northern U.S. border? Immigrants have been crossing from the U.S. into Canada in record numbers in the past year.
Them Venezuelans, baby.
Now, this border is closed too. And the thousands of immigrants that have already entered the U.S. with Canada in mind as their final goal are stuck on the streets of northern U.S. cities like Buffalo, New York, and Portland in Maine. So is this the site of the United States' next immigrant crisis?
These migrants were in Mexico until recently. They lived there under very poor conditions until they...
No, that's super smart. Super smart. So Justin Trudeau saw the writing on the wall, and he's all like, nope, not my country, and he shut that shit down. Good for them. Good for them. A lot of people like to give Trudeau a bunch of shit and whatnot. You saw those comments. I was reading them. If you fast forward to Trudeau, you get the same amount of information as if you were to listen to him through the whole thing, right? Can we get a not a child in charge, please? Right? Like, at least, I mean, I'm not a huge fan of the guy, but I'm a fan of this move. You know what I mean? It sucks for the immigrants that lost their homes, right? But yeah, it is what it is, bro. Fucking law of the land type shit. You know, yeah, dude, I don't know. It's just crazy, the situation, that the immigration situation, especially this one, right, with the whole fucking New York City. It's crazy. Like just me being a Mexican coming from immigrant parents who did it correctly. I feel like, you know, my dad didn't really come here legally, right? I think he came in when it was like amnesty, so it was okay. And my mom came with a visa, right? Overstayed her visa, of course, but yeah, they started a business, worked together, have their homes, lived the American dream, had children. Some of them went to college, and one's a lawyer, right? Living the American dream, you know. There's ways to do things, you know. Don't get me wrong. Like, America is a country made from immigrants, you know. But there's a process. There's due diligence. And I'm going to be straight honest. We don't want everyone over here. Honestly. And, I mean, that video we just saw proves why. You know? Donald Trump was right. Not every country's sending their best. They're not sending their brightest. Because if their best and brightest do come, they're going to want to stay. They're going to be like, God damn it, it's fucking dope here. It's fucking dope in America. You know, I'm getting sidetracked. I'm trying to end this video, but Gaddafi would fucking send his people to foreign countries to get an education, but they had to come back. You know what I mean? And it was for free. The education was free, but you have to come back and lift up Libya, right? R.I.P. Gaddafi. He wanted to sell oil with his money, and they said nope. No. All right, I'm out of here. Like, subscribe. Hope you liked it. Hope you laughed. I want to know what's your opinion on this whole migrant situation, if you have one. It's crazy. I think it's orchestrated attack. Like maybe the CIA or the FBI, they don't want no more immigration or whatever the fuck. They want closed borders, and this is one way to get the people to be like, yeah, fuck that. It's got me saying that, you know what I mean? So it's just like, yeah. So yeah, like, subscribe, all that shit. You know what to do. Peace out.